Hello friends! In this video you'll see how the actors of the movie Mary Poppins changed. You'll know their real names and age. I will show you how they looked then in 1964 and what's with them now in 2022. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! Jane Banks, Karen Douglas, is the firstborn of George and Winifred. She gets along well with her brother, always playing with him and being able to support him. Jane doesn't like boring activities, such as cleaning, and is also very reluctant to take medication. Often takes the lead in communicating with her parents, can show empathy and apologize for her actions. Mr. George W. Banks is the husband of Winifred and the father of their children. He is one of the bank's employees and has a rather serious and stern temper, likes to do everything on time and cannot stand to be rushed. He doesn't accept fun, and even Bert's song can make him irritable. George likes to drink a little cognac after work, played by David Tomlinson, who died of a stroke in 2000. Mrs. Winifred Banks, Glenys Jones, is the sweetheart of George, to which Jane and Michael were born. She has a softer disposition than her husband and is quite calm when the children are amused and detached when they want to help. Winifred cannot refuse her husband any request, and she's a strong advocate of women's rights and regularly attends rallies. Has pierced ears, but only wears neat earrings. Katie Nanna briefly served as a nanny for the Banks family. She doesn't like to deal with naughty children, can be adamant in her decisions, and sometimes can give up under the pressure of difficulties. Katie has a somewhat arrogant tone, irresponsible and not very good-natured. She likes to wear a pocket watch on her belt, played by Elsie Lanchester, who passed away in 1986 from pneumonia. Michael Banks is Jane's own brother. He will fight for his own and wants to manage his money the way he wants. But in the same time, he can sacrifice his savings to help someone close to him. Michael can be observant and will never leave his sister in need. He loves to play, especially with his favorite kite, played by Matthew Garber, who died of hemorrhagic necrotizing pancreatitis in 1977. Ellen is a maid, works for the Banks family along with Brill. Her duties include keeping the house clean, running any errands for her employers, and she can look after the children if necessary, but is not overly enthusiastic about this. She can often be clumsy and at times tends to think of the worst-case scenario. Ellen has a good memory, played by Hermione Baddeley, who died of a stroke in 1986. Mrs. Brill Cook works in the Banks house with Ellen, with whom sometimes didn't get along. She's not used to hiding her attitude to certain things and even people. During baking, she devotes herself completely to the process and is extremely negative if she is distracted, can be genuinely happy and doesn't like it when things get messy. Played by Retta Shaw, who died of emphysema in 1982. The constable keeps a watchful eye on the local streets and takes his duties seriously. He can be compassionate, helpful when circumstances demand it, and capable of giving sound advice. Played by Arthur Preacher, who died in 1975 of heart disease. Admiral Boom formerly served in the U.S. Navy and lives next door to the Banks family. He's observant, helpful, and accustomed to speaking clearly and to substance. Played by Reginald Owen, who died from a heart attack in 1972. The Bird Woman can often be seen near the bank where George works. She's a rather good-natured woman who treats birds well and feeds them regularly. Walks in a somewhat untidy dress, played by Jane Darwell, who died in 1966 of a myocardial infarction. Uncle Albert gets along well with Mary Poppins. He likes to laugh and tell jokes and has trouble staying serious. Sometimes he has trouble keeping his promises. Wears round-rimmed glasses, played by Ed Wynn, who passed away in 1966 from esophageal cancer. Miss Lark, Old Woman in Park. Marjorie Bennett is a sophisticated and rather smiley lady who loves street music. She can often be seen wearing a hat with feathers, and she likes to wear somewhat massive earrings. She has a beloved pet, a dog named Andrew. Mr. Groggs is the son of a chairman of the bank where George works. He is good at finance, helping his father and following his orders. He has a rather important appearance and wears glasses. Played by Cyril Delavanty, who died of lung cancer in 1975. Pedestrian is one of the locals who occasionally strolls by the park and likes to listen to birds' street performances. He has a somewhat stingy nature and is not used to just giving away his money. Played by George DeNormand, who died of cancer in 1976. Miss Persimmon, Old Woman in Park, is a rather polite woman who keeps a low profile and is a well-mannered lady with a sense of tact. Likes to collect her hair in a neat hairstyle and wears a brooch. Played by Marjorie Eaton, who died of a stroke in 1986. Old Crone walks around in plain clothes and a black headscarf. She has somewhat disheveled hair and an unpleasant voice that scares children away. She walks with a stick and her hands are shaking. Played by Betty Lou Gerson, who died of a stroke in 1999. Depositor is a confident lady who shows persistence and is not afraid to stand up for her rights, especially when it comes to her savings. She likes to wear hats adorned with flowers. Played by Doris Lloyd, who passed away from heart disease in 1968. Bank clerk is one of George W. Banks' colleagues. He is quite serious and polite, clearly follows the job description and tries to follow all the instructions of the management. He looks neat and wears a neat mustache. The role is played by David Hilary Hughes. Mary Poppins, Julie Andrews, is the new babysitter for Banks' children. She's not like most nannies because, unlike the others, she is good at magic, but reveals her abilities only in front of children or loved ones. Mary is very good-natured, sympathetic, moderately strict, and can manipulate people wickedly when necessary. Has a special way with children. Bert is on good terms with Mary Poppins. He's a good-natured and friendly guy who tries not to get discouraged and is generally quite active. He can sing quite well, play many instruments, and is also able to imitate sounds and draw well. Sometimes he can behave somewhat carelessly, but he is understanding and ready to help. He likes a sense of celebration and fun. Played by Dick Van Dyke. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please share it on social networks, like it, and of course subscribe to the channel.